All right, all
Mhm.
right, all right, all right. Welcome back to the Pews. I am your privileged preacher. We got Roe in the cut.
Yeah, baby.
And today we're talking about The Last of Us Season 1. So, this is
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
rough. This is just a rough draft. I want to have this as a base to listen to later because I really want to gather these thoughts. Uh, because I think I'm not gonna make y'all wait. I'm not gonna make y'all wait. I think we're looking at a pretty big one here. I think we're looking at a pretty big one. I think that this show, regardless of anything that I say later,
Hmm.
I think that this show is gonna be important for trans media, right? Because this show is gonna be the one like I heard people talking about The Last of Us in my mechanics the other week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was getting my tire fixed and they were talking about The Last of Us. That's kind of big. That's kind of huge.
Yeah.
Cause this is gonna show a lot of cause it's a video game. And this is gonna show a lot of people who kind of checked out of video games, you know what I mean? That these are the kinds of stories that are being told in video games now, right? There are a lot of people, like not just people out of the know of video games, right? Like you think of moms and dads, think of people who lapsed, right? Think of people who lapsed in like the PS2 generation, right? They were just older, got older, and last thing they played was Jack and Daxter. You know what I mean?
Jack and Daxter actually playing
and to and to,
goddamn Pong.
and to find out, matter of fact, speaking of Jack and Daxter, and to find out the studio went on to make whatever the fuck this show is. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? But
Yeah, that's insane.
that's real. That's so real, and I think that that is important because the show really took the fuck off. You know what I mean? And it's an HBO show. Like
Right.
that's something. That's something. And more importantly, probably than any of that, this thing probably made so much motherfucking money. It was breaking records week after week after
Yep.
week. This thing made money. And right? How many years out are we from The Last of Us 2? I think we're like 3 years, right? Last week, it was the number one selling game on the PS4. It shot up
Wow.
like 200 something percent, 230 something percent, like an insane amount. And right, let's just keep adding on to this, right? If you look at this show as an advertisement for the game, right? Let's say like they see, but it's just back and forth, right? This is the genius of it, kind of, right? It's back and forth. So they just made the PS5 game, right? And there was some hoopla about that. People were like, "Why do they need the PS5 game?" Da 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 da. But you see it now. You see it now, right?
You see
Because
it now.
because you
They
don't
knew.
have
They knew.
they
They
knew
knew.
they knew they
They
had one.
knew what
They
was about to
really knew
happen.
they had one, bro. They must have known they had one because the only reason I bought The Last of Us, right? I paid $70 or $60 and went on sale, right? In for Last of Us Part One was so I can beat it before I watch the show. I just kind of wanted to see like I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Are they gonna blow this? Is this gonna be trash? I was just interested, right? So boom, you already got me down for $60, right? Right? So that's money in your pocket, right? I play the game, it's absolutely phenomenal, right? I never beat The Last of Us back in the day. I beat it with this. Really, the fidelity, the camera work, just like man, playing it on the PS5 is a very different experience, and I feel like it adds to that like a million times. I didn't get through The Last of Us one because I'm not big into Naughty Dog games. That gameplay doesn't hold me, and the story hit a slow point, and I just pieced out. No fault of the game, you know what I mean? It's just not to my taste. But the game was just so the fidelity, just the haptics, the audio, just the technical prowess that you can see the level up
Mm.
of this studio through like and really it's like a this game didn't get any praise because it's a remake. But this would have been a game of the year contender, like had you actually taken it for the video game that it was. Man, it's just fucking gorgeous. There's nothing on the
Yeah.
PS5 that looks like there's nothing anywhere that looks like that. Nobody is doing what Naughty Dog is doing. Right? Those their games are not to my taste, right? But nobody's getting close. Y'all are trying. Y'all are putting the effort in, but you're not getting there, man. Those
Yeah, they're showing you
cinematics,
what a real. They
yeah.
did it on the PS4.
hmm
They showed you what a next gen game is on the PS4,
hmm
and they did it again on the PS5 with the same damn game.
Same game, hands tied behind their backs, bro.
With
What
the
the
same damn
fuck?
game.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Amazing,
I mean,
absolutely amazing. So,
come on.
so just in the Sony strategy, right? Boom, they got me for that, right? Then Last of Us show drops, right? I'm buying the subscription to HBO because I want to watch the show. I could pirate it like a proper adult, but I'm lazy. So, um, boom, you got me for that, right? This is working, right? So I beat The Last of Us, right? Last of Us 2 goes on sale. It was only $10, but boom, you got me in on that, right? So now here I am as somebody who's not even that interested in the world of Last of Us, right? Like I came to it late. My quick thoughts on part one, even though it's gorgeous, the fidelity really brought me through that. As a game, I mean, like I'm coming to it like a decade later. It's not hitting the same for me. It hits. It's impressive, but you know me especially, bro. Like I'm a gameplay type of dude. I want a Souls game. You know what I mean? Naughty Dog
Mm.
gameplay doesn't stick with me. So while it's a compelling story, it feels like a show to me. You know what I mean? I've
Yeah,
always
facts.
criticized Naughty Dog games as being pushed forward to win. You know what I mean? Because likely if you push forward, and that's something I really didn't like about God of War Ragnarok, but that's a video for another day. um, the push forward nature of it, and which is weird because I'm not against linear games, but they do so much better here in guiding you linearly in the PS5 one. Topics for another day, but the show. This is about the Last of
Mm.
Us show. We will talk about the game another day, but I like the show. It made a lot of changes. It made a lot of changes to the cores of the character, right? It's very interesting because they didn't change a lot of the narrative. There were some pacing issues, but I think that's just off the back of HBO not knowing that this was going to be a fucking mega hit. They definitely would have gave it some more time had they known, but hindsight's 2020. But I think there's like a really interesting um push and pull between what they can show and how much
Mm.
time they have. You know what I mean?
True.
And with that, I think they did pretty good. Um, they do a really nice job as somebody who just beat the game, right, fresh off the game. They do a really nice job of even some of these sets just looking exactly like they're ripped out of the game. I can't tell you how many times
Yeah.
I paused and was just like, "Yo, this is literally like from the game." But in that, it's just so interesting that what they chose to change was the cores of the characters. That Joel, Pedro Pascal's Joel, is very different from Joel in the
Mm.
game. Joel in the game is very like stoic. He's very like hard man. He's very like your foreman boss that is pissed at you because you're
Mm.
late. Like you know what I mean? like
Yeah.
like like tuck your fucking shirt in, tight boss, right?
That's just classic, like.
Oh, hold on. You cut out. Did you cut out? Did I cut out? Something has cut out.
Hold on. Apparently,
Oh, there we go.
PS5 has some type of Siri, and I somehow activated it. I don't know how.
Oh,
I don't. I
Jesus
don't. I don't know what.
Christ.
I don't know
This
what just
dude's
happened.
flirting with his
I don't.
machine on
I
our
don't. I don't
time,
know.
man.
I don't know what just
Oh,
happened.
she said, why you never call me? The number of a podcasting
Yo, he's got something to say. Always.
woman.
Always. What is me time?
What is it me
I forgot, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's just
time?
like obviously everyone involved is. I am assuming every single person involved in the Last of Us show has played the game or at least seen the game to some degree. And Joel's, I agree with what you said with Joel's character. they definitely made him more like likable and like
Hmm.
enjoyable from a TV standpoint.
Hmm.
Like people are gonna be fans of Pedro because how like father figure he was towards Ellie and all that, and
Hmm.
that's just off the director, in my opinion,
Hmm.
which
It
wasn't a
is.
bad thing.
It's really interesting. It's really interesting. The director of the game is actually the co-director of this show. So you remember
Beautiful.
Chernobyl? It's the dude who did Chernobyl
Yeah, yeah, the
and
dude
the
that Chernobyl.
dude
Yep.
and the
Mm-hmm.
dude who directed the game. Which I think really worked well because again, so much of this is just so closely tied to the game that like I don't see it's so closely. I can't see hold on before I get smoke for this. I can see how somebody emotionally attached to this can find it to be like
Mm-hmm.
a bit disrespectful to the cores of the characters,
You know everyone's gonna.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know there's
yeah,
always gonna be that
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
There's
But
always gonna be that guy.
they do tell the core of the story. They do
Oh,
tell
one
the core
hundred
of the
percent,
story.
100%.
I think they change Joel into they give Joel so much more emotion.
Yeah.
They like they show you different sides of Joel, and at first I feel like they go a little too fast and loose with it. Like in the first episode, you're like, what? Joel's doing drugs? Like that's not the Joel
Mm,
that like that first scene with Joel like doing the pills and like laying on the bed like that was instantly like, whoa, where are you taking Joel? Because that's
mm,
completely different than the Joel that like from the game. I don't think that Joel, you know what I mean? Maybe back in the day
mm,
when he
mm.
was a renegade, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But not the Joel I know. Like I don't know that didn't feel. And then like when and is it the end of the first episode when he hooks off on the first dude and like beats him to death? It's like, oh okay, are we doing PTSD Joel? Like where are we going? And I think they even out on old man Joel. They show a lot more of his age. They show a lot more
Oh
of like
yeah.
his physical
100%.
ailments. They show a lot more of his like doubt and his uh-oh. Give me 1 second.
Mm. What the? What the hell?
You know what? Now that this is nice and unprofessional, I'm actually just gonna upload this version. So, so really quick,
This is
for
my type of video.
yeah, now I'm really liking it. Was there a pregnant pause for about 2.5 minutes? This is the kind of content that I want y'all to expect to be coming to this channel. This is the level that y'all need to be working with me with. So in that, just to continue this conversation, can you please tell the people your experience with The Last of Us? Because I'm pretty sure you beat it when it came out, right? Or close.
I beat that, man. I beat Last of Us let's just say I beat Last of Us when it came with my PS4.
Yeah, yeah, because I
When
gotta
I
put
bought
that's
my
when
PS4.
I didn't buy it for the PS3. It just was not interested. It came with my PS4, same
I
thing.
didn't even know it was on PS3. Was it on the PS3?
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
on
know
PS.
that.
That was a controversy
Oh,
too because it came out. It was like one of the last games on PS3,
yeah.
and
Okay.
then
Actually, I do remember
like
that.
a year later, it came out for the PS4. People were like,
Jeez.
"What the fuck?" Which is what throws me off about people were like, "Well, why are they remaking it? They remastered the P." That was basically the PS3 version. But anyway,
That was
anyway.
literally if you have a PS3, we're
Yeah.
gonna
Like, are you looking at
we're
this,
gonna give you
bro?
something.
If you're looking at, bro, that PS, bro, people need to shut up, bro. That shit is
Yeah.
gorgeous. I don't give a fuck. That thing is amazing. But
Yeah.
yeah. So you played it you played it back in the day. So that's about 2014. So you're
Yep.
coming from about a decade out. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Um. And how'd you feel about the show overall? So would you say that you remember the game, or it's like
I do remember the game. I do remember it,
surely the
and
highlights? You know what I mean?
I do definitely like the ending. Definitely remember the ending. Definitely remember the scene where she was bashing the dude's fucking face in.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
remember like going to like Firefly hideouts and whatnot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And how do you overall feel about the show? Like,
I think from a as a show,
oh,
that's a nine at
that's a
least
nine. Yeah,
minimum,
okay.
nine minimum show.
So
And
really
for
quick, did you play two? Did you play Last of Us two?
I did not play two.
Okay,
I did not play two,
I'm playing through two right now.
and I did not beat two. I don't know anything about two.
Yeah,
Not to
we are
hate on
playing
two
through
at
two
all.
on the channel.
Not to hate on two at all, or not to put it down while you're playing it. But I heard things, and I was
Yeah,
like, well.
yeah, no, 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 no. People, I've heard a lot of. I've heard. Oh no, bro, we were there. We were there. I'm pretty sure we were in a party when the script leaked. I feel like Matt was the one who like told me
Yeah, actually, I think so.
because the script leaked and people were pissed. People
Yeah,
were
oh yeah.
pissed. There was an outcry.
hmm
There was an uproar.
Yeah, a
There was
lot of people were very
hoopla.
upset.
There was
A lot of
pandemonium in the
hoopla.
streets. There was pandemonium in the
No,
streets. Oh, nobody was happy with
no
with
one.
bro, and they dogged it. They dogged it. They
Oh
dogged
yeah.
it, and they didn't just dog it like pre-release. They dogged it when it came out. They dogged
Oh
it for
yeah.
months after. They dogged that
Oh
game.
yeah.
Let me tell
They're
you
dogging
right
it to
now.
this
They
day.
dogging it. Some people are dogging it to this day. Let me tell you right now. The Last of Us 2 is already, I'm like 4 or 5 hours in. The Last of Us 2 is already one of the most impressive games I've ever played, just at least from a technical standpoint. Like, people are
Wow.
mad about the story. People are mad about the story. And I can
That's
tell
what it
you
is.
that
They're mad
this
about
is
the
not a
story.
bad game. This is far from a bad video game. You can feel however you want to feel, but that is not. Let me tell you, boy. Let me tell you, boy.
Hmm.
I done played some bad video game in my time, boy.
Hmm.
You
This is
know
not
what?
one of
This
those.
not one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this just not one of those. Um I don't yeah, but people get their feelings wrapped up in it, and real quick, just as intrusive thought, this is the same thing that's happening with Forspoken in my opinion, right?
Mm.
Um this game's getting slandered, getting all kinds of slander, but eventually it's gonna hit. It's either gonna come down in price, right, to the point that
Mm.
people buy it, or it's gonna more likely go to get on one of these subscription services, and people are gonna play it and realize that wait, this was actually a good game. Like,
Yo.
you know what I mean? Whether you think it was worth your $70 or not, different question. But bad game, this is not. You know what I mean? So same thing now happening with Last of Us 2. Time is proving. That's the thing with all this, right? When time will prove the good games and the bad games. Time proves the good things and the bad things because they're remembered. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Mm, Last of Us show. So overall, 9 out of 10 for you.
9 out of 10, and I think they did a great job. Reference in comparison to the game, it's the best I've seen
Mm,
by far.
yeah, this is as an I could say as an adaptation. As an adaptation, I can give it like a 7.5 or an 8. I'm leaning towards the 8. But they changed some things, and I like all of them except one. But the one thing that I don't like is huge, and it, it the rest of the show revolves around it, and that's Ellie. I don't like
Mm,
Ellie. I think they
mm,
did Ellie very, very, very bad.
yeah,
I think they
it took a
absolutely
little bit for
destroyed
me to get
Ellie.
over it. It took me
Yeah.
a little bit. And understandably so, you said you just beat the game
Yep. So I have
recently.
no emotional attachment to Ellie, and
Yeah.
I can say after the game, I actually you're hip. I just beat The Walking Dead, right? The Walking Dead series. I told you all a couple months ago, like I
The
beat
Telltales?
yeah, the Telltale joints, right? So
Hmm.
that's a really comparable kind of story there because it's like boy and little man and little girl,
Mm-hmm.
zombie apocalypse. You
Yeah,
know what I
that
mean?
Telltales one is fire. I don't care what
Yeah,
anyone
yeah,
says.
no, it's fire. It's
It
one of the
was
greatest
amazing.
series of video games ever made. It's
And not enough
so
people talked about it.
nope, nope, nope. Whatever clout it got, it didn't get enough. That
Didn't
thing is
get it. Yeah.
amazing. That thing is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. That thing is mwah, 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 10 out of 10. And they wrapped it
Mm.
up beautifully. Like,
Oh,
mwah,
yeah.
nah. So I'm comparing that to this a little bit, and this loses. And this loses. I don't
Mm.
like Ellie nearly as much as I like Clementine. And that's just the comparison that goes on in my head because I played them so close together. So Ellie will always be compared to Clementine in my head. Like
Mm.
that's just, and she loses that fight. So that's kind of what I don't know. I don't. What I'm trying to say is I don't have this huge like emotional tie to Ellie where I'm like they ruined her character. That was the whole
Mm.
reason I loved The Last of Us. I can't believe they would do this. I don't care. I think Ellie's character could have did with some changing, but they turned her into a bitch. They just turned her into a
Yeah,
bitch.
they went a little too overboard with it.
Yeah,
They really did.
what I find very interesting, my girl actually pointed this out. I don't want to take credit for this, but she said they changed. She said that they made Ellie the main character, and that's really what happened, right?
Yeah.
In the game, because you play Joel, he is still the main character of the story, right? Even though the story is about Ellie, he's still the main character. But in the transition to TV, they were able to make Ellie now the main character, and in that, she becomes a Mary Sue, and she knows everything. She's too cool. She like,
Oh.
you know what I mean? She gives everybody fucking sass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying that it's like Last of Us. It's like they took. You ever see artists who do other people's style, and it's like this is what Simpsons look like in Dragon Ball Z style. This is what
Yeah, yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean. Boom looks like this, right? This feels like Ellie done in like Stranger Things style. You know what I mean? And I don't like it,
Yo,
and I really
that is
don't like
exactly
it.
what it is.
It's like why did you do that to her? Ellie was like Ellie could be rude, Ellie could be crass, but she wasn't like a bitch all the time. Like
All
she
the
was
time, just
you
that's
know what
her
I mean? That was
her
not her baseline.
personality is being a bitch, bro. That's
Yeah,
her
like
personality. Like
exactly.
that's her
That's the difference.
personality.
That's the difference. This was your person. Ellie could be a bitch if you shake her, bro. If you shake her,
Mm.
she could be a bitch, but she's not like that baseline. She's a curious kid out of like the DMZ for the first time. You know what I mean? She's curious. She's earnest. She's you know what I mean? That like and in between this, right? So episode 7 comes, right? And that's the DLC, right? So I watched this show up to episode 6, and then I stopped. And then I played the DLC before I played the episode, right? So
Mm.
midway through this series, I get a refresher on what Ellie is like. And then I come back, and I'm gonna
To see what
say
she's.
from
Mm-hmm.
episode 6 on, those are definitely the worst episodes. And Ellie is the worst in all of them, and she's like nothing compared to the actual game Ellie, especially because by the end, game Ellie is actually a lot better. And like I was like, okay, Ellie, I see you. Like, you know what I mean? She did actually win me over a little bit at the end because she stood solid. You know what I mean? This Ellie does. We didn't even call her Ellie. We called her Eleanor. She don't stand solid. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I can't. Yeah, they really changed her character and they made her central. So it gives me a lot of time to be like, I don't like this because I don't like Ellie. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But that's the only change I didn't like. Man, Bill and Frank story in episode three, that
Mm.
could be a movie by itself. You could take that
Yeah, that's pretty
completely out of
insane.
this whole thing, and that could be a movie just by itself. Amazing, amazing. I thought the stuff with Sam and Henry was really good. You know what I mean? The brother and the two brothers.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, uh, excuse me. They got there's so much. There's so much. A lot went right. A lot
Let's
went
talk
right.
about how great they made the clickers look. Just the
Oh, the
infected in
practical
general.
effects. The practical
Just
effects
let's
were
just talk
good.
about that.
Yeah, that was
That's
great.
that's what
That
really
was
won
great.
me over from the jump. I was like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
they
they
did
looked
it perfect.
amazing.
They did it even better. I was
Yeah,
just like, I was
a hundred
shook. I
percent, a
couldn't
hundred
believe
percent.
it.
The way they're all connected. Oh man.
Connected, the little
Yeah,
strands that come out of their mouth, the
yeah, yeah,
freaking like they did it.
yeah.
Oh, it was
Yo,
so good.
episode two specifically when Tess dies, right, and they have
Yeah.
that fight in the museum. I think that
Mm-hmm.
is the best like translation of gameplay to film I've ever seen because that really felt like you were playing The Last of Us, and in that you can tell that the director of the video game is actually involved in this because it just felt like what stealth going wrong in The Last of Us
Mm-hmm.
feels like. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
legit,
Because oh
legit.
shit, one of them heard you. All right, now I gotta boom you and run around like
Things are
three
going
times.
real bad. Things are going bad now. They're
Yeah,
all
yeah,
coming.
yeah. And this is what
Time
it
to
feels
panic.
like. This is what it feels like. And you know, man, I think I did the show a disservice by playing The Last of Us Part One, the game first, because it is vastly superior. It tells the better story. The actors are better. Yo, you can't replace Joel and Ellie like that. I'm sorry.
No, you
I'm
can't.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Can't.
They just did
You
it
could try
better.
your best. You could try your best, but yeah, no, I feel you.
Like I respect the show as an adaptation. I respect it as something that people would not have watched. Like if I sit here and I stitch together and I send you a link to the cut scenes, a YouTube video of the cut scenes of the PS5 Part One, you're not just gonna sit there and watch those straight through. You know what I mean? Most people aren't, but that would be the better show. That would be the better
Mm.
show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it tells the better story. God, man, and when you see it on the five, like it's like you really like it's like you kind of you spent a lot of money to make a worse version,
Mm.
but the show is still good. But that's not me. That's not me knocking the show. I think the show is again very important because people aren't going to play the game. There's people who are going to love this show who are never going to play the game because they're just not gamers. You know what I mean?
Oh
They're
yeah,
just not going to pick up
100%.
that controller.
Yeah,
Um,
they're not gonna spend this $70 or whatever. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
right, right,
Right, when they just watch it on HBO Max or whatever.
right. Exactly. Give me one second.
Ooh. Oh hell no. Juju.
It,
You.
yeah. Yeah. Um, um, and see, I don't know, right? Because obviously I'm really close to it because I just beat it. But like, did you from what you remembered, did you feel like they captured Ellie well?
See, I'm with you. I wasn't the biggest fan. I knew what was going on here as soon as like I saw Ellie doing what she was doing. Like I knew this was gonna be a different type of Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't hate it. I mean, like I said, like I got over it. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, I just gotta accept this. Like this
Yeah,
is what they're doing. I
this
have
is
to
how
go
they're
with it.
going with it, and that's kind of
And yeah, when thing happens in Last of Us Part Two, I'm assuming there's gonna be a character development change type situation, and
hmm.
yeah, maybe she'll be more like the game once they get to Last of Us Part Two. Is my guess, but yeah.
Um, hopefully so. You know, hopefully there's some character development there. I wonder if this is enough for me to watch season two. I probably will. It's interesting because like I wouldn't call myself a Last of Us fan. You know what I mean? Like
The show or of the game,
either
or in
really,
general. Oh.
either at all. Yeah, it's interesting because like I keep I keep like watching them. You know what I mean? I keep
Hmm.
playing them. But I played through all the Uncharted games last year, right? It's just I'm interested in them from a technical standpoint because Naughty Dog has always been impressive, but I just don't like their games. They're enough to play through. You know what I mean?
It's enough to, yeah, that's where I'm at. I wouldn't say, I don't hate The Last of Us. What I like,
Like if you announce
if
The
it's
Last
in
of Us
front of me,
3,
I'll watch it. Yeah,
yeah,
there we
if
go.
you announce The Last of Us 3, I'm not as lit as I am. Well, I kind of am from a technical standpoint, but like I'm excited for The Last of Us 3 in a very different way than I would be for like Horizon 3. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like,
Like, I'm gonna buy Horizon 3.
yeah.
I'm not gonna buy Last of Us 3.
Yeah, let's see how The
I
Last
can
of Us
say
3 comes out.
I will definitely not buy Last of Us. Like, I can say that.
I'm
Or
gonna
at
have
least
to.
I'll wait for a
I think
sale.
at this point, but I really don't want to call myself a fan. But I feel like I gotta buy Last of Us 3. I just kind of want to
Yeah, I mean,
see
you're
it.
already invested. You're already in
Like,
there. You're in
Last,
there.
yeah, because I'm gonna play Last of Us 2. I'm gonna beat Last of Us 2 because yo, it's just gorgeous. Like, I think I'm just a graphics whore. I think I'm just a
The
graphics whore. Your graphics
graphics
is
are really
wild,
good.
bro. They're really good. Like, I'm just impressed with it. And I mean, I am impressed with the story, right? It's a good story. I'm just not like you. I said something the other day. Um, in one of my brief grips on reality, I said that The Last of Us is the Western gaming industry's Final Fantasy VII.
Hmm.
And I think
It
that
is.
that's really like,
That's how I felt about Horizon. That's not bad about Horizon.
yo, Horizon 2 is the Western games Kingdom Hearts 2. 100%. 100%.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. Guaranteed.
Bro, it is a sequel that took the game, the base game, made everything better.
Yeah. Did
Um,
it right. Just
added
said,
new
hey.
stuff and made
Mm-hmm.
it weird and got
Mm-hmm.
really, really weird with it. And now they got all kinds of spin-offs on different devices. I swear to you, Horizon is is Sony's Kingdom Hearts.
Definitely is.
Horizon is
It
Sony's
is.
Kingdom
Now they
Hearts.
got the VR one. Just wait until we
Yep.
drop the
Yep.
PlayStation mode.
Get ready for Horizon Dream Drop Distance. Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Jeez.
Oh, speak to me,
Fucking,
Reggie. Speak to me,
fucking,
Reggie.
this fucking Siri thing won't go away, bro.
Oh,
This fucking,
oh,
yo,
brother. She
bro, I had
said,
to literally,
she,
I had to yell at it, bro. I was
give
like,
it up. Are
dog!
you coming to bed? God, Jesus Christ, no.
What the hell is that? I need to turn that off. I need that out of here.
Oh, this dude
I'm
had to
good.
mute his mic real quick and handle his
Oh,
family situation.
bro. What in
Hello,
the world?
hello.
Oh man, they did. I know PlayStation did some.
Wow.
Go away, go away,
PlayStation's doing
go
some
away, go
freak
away.
shit.
What the hell was
Get
that?
out of
Go,
here.
leave. No, no, this isn't. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. We're gonna figure this one out right now. Where accessibility? Where would we? They're listening, bro. They really are just
They
listening.
can't wait. They're waiting on their
They're
time.
they're really
They're
just
just pressing
listening.
they're pressing the record button a little too soon. A little too soon. We was about to give you the juicy stuff.
What the hell? I have no idea where to go. Oh, here we go. Voice command preview. What is? Get out of here. What? Okay, well, it's gone now. Some bull jive voice command.
Some jive ass.
Jive ass, bullshit ass voice command. Who needs it?
Yeah. Certainly not cheapest, bro. I think they did do something with that in the latest update.
They did. They definitely did. I've never seen that before.
You could update your controllers wirelessly now. I know a lot of people were worried about that. Do y'all not keep USBs hooked up to your bro, I got a setup here, man. I'm not even gonna lie. This is kind of man, I got a tower. My shorty got me a base, right? Like a cooling base. It's dope. It's actually dope. It holds the PlayStation 5, right? And it
Ooh.
holds two controllers. Like there's two controller charger
Oh, I know
ports.
the joint. I
Yeah,
know the
yeah, yeah.
one.
And they got
Uh,
three USB joints on the front. Peep this, peep this. It's crazy. So I got my two controllers in there. Boom, boom. They charger, right? I got three that come out. I have to use the USB-C for the VR, right? The VR sits right next to it. I use uh, the front of the. Uh, Actually, I could plug this right in. I use the top USB-A for it to reseat in the middle of this conversation. Can you hear me?
mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
Go on, go on.
Um,
Do it live, man. Do it live.
we just made it more efficient. Perfect, perfect. So I got my VR remotes charging thing in, and I got a USB, one more USB out for the to charge on the when I'm playing. You know what I mean? I'm all set up over there, bro.
There you go, dude. No, I do have two controllers over here. But
Mm-hmm.
that one was strafing to the left. I had to put them down.
Oh, Jesus! Started doing that thing.
You started doing that thing. I
I'm
didn't
not.
like it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The second my thing even starts to anything at all, any excuse to get that black controller. What? Midnight blackout. What?
I might get that Lakers controller.
You see, you just yo, was that the first counter of all time, bro? I thought the got countered. He called my what?
No! How could you?
That's like when you catch somebody staring and they keep staring.
And they keep going. They don't stop.
He knows
They're
it's
here for
my kung fu.
war. That's the fucking that's the fucking
That's
Shaolin
crazy.
showdown, bro.
Yeah, dun, dun.
Shaolin
Yeah,
showdown.
that's it. That's the Pokemon battle. That's what they say when they like dun 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 dun.
Oh, I got something to say. And I know Matt's not gonna like this one. I'm sure you're not gonna like this.
Oh,
I'm sure a lot of people are
I'm not gonna
not
like
gonna like
this
this
one.
one.
Oh, I'm not gonna like this one. Oh, Jesus.
A lot of people are not gonna like this one.
Oh, gee, where's this guy going
But
today?
those Pokemon games,
Uh-huh.
I ain't never really been a big fan. I never been into them. Maybe like Ruby, but that was it.
What the what the heck?
And you know what? I think everyone that does like them, we got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Bringing you this
And George
one.
Bush doesn't care about
Get him out here. Sony, press record. Sony,
No.
press record. You don't like you never liked Pokemon? You never found a wonder and
I've
beauty in Pokemon?
never liked it to the degree that everyone else likes it.
Okay, all right. Oh, I can't lie, man. Oh, damn. Pokemon was that joint, man. Like I was a kid, I had the cards. I had the. You
See,
remember the
okay, I had
golden
the
ones they
cards.
gave
No,
out
no,
at
no, 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 no. Okay. I'm talking, and this is the prime Pokemon stuff, which, I mean, if you don't like this, then people will, I understand so just say I don't like Pokemon, but like the Game Boy Advanced
right, right.
games and shit,
So you
I
had
was
you
never
you know
into
what I
it.
mean? Not Fire Red, not Charmander, not okay. You said
It's
Ruby, right?
just,
Ruby, Emerald, and Joint Bug.
I did like Ruby. I did like Ruby.
Yep,
But
yep, yep.
like, I don't know, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me.
Damn,
Just didn't do
damn.
it for me.
It was huge for you, bro.
Just
Huge. I
didn't do it for
can't.
me.
Damn. What was you playing?
Everything else. just,
Damn.
I don't know. I watched Pokemon. I had it on the GameCube. I had it on the N64. I had Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon fucking the picture one. I had Pokemon games, but the ones that everyone liked,
I can't even. I can't even
I
front.
just
Like
didn't do it.
I want to be like, yo, nah, I'm not even a big Pokemon fan myself. Well, I fell off, obviously. Like I feel like everybody falls off, but like in the day,
In the
man, I
day,
had to hack I had to hack my PSP to
I
have
needed it.
Pokemon on. I needed it, dog. I needed it.
I don't know. It just
Damn,
didn't do it for
damn.
me. I was
Uh,
just always gaming on Smash Bros. Or some Mario games.
yeah, damn.
Goddamn Metroid.
Metroid
That's
Prime, you
what
never
it
got that
was.
Metroid Prime remake.
I bought it the day it came out.
Oh,
I
Jesus,
went on
bro.
Instagram. This is hilarious. This is the first time an ad truly got me. Like I saw it and I bought it immediately. I bought it
That
within 1 minute.
excuse me.
All
Nah,
within
there's
one
no
minute.
reason. There's genuinely no reason I don't own Metroid Prime
Yeah,
Remastered at this
all within
point. That's crazy.
1 minute. I
Hey,
saw it was
yo,
literally
I
Nintendo ad
know
on
what I'm doing
Instagram.
today, dude.
Nintendo ad on Instagram. Metroid Prime Remastered out now. I was like, huh? Picked up my Switch and bought it immediately. Could not wait. Could not wait. I was waiting on that. As soon as I got my Switch, I was looking for that.
Had to open the cellar. Get up, you! We're waiting.
Get up! Always slacking on
Oh,
the
did
job!
the new Smash Brothers come out? No, stupid.
Bastard. Yeah, no, I was definitely playing the Metroid games over Pokemon. That it just literally came back to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you for that. Can't blame you for that.
All the
I
Metroid
mean,
games.
I don't even know what it is about Pokemon. Like, I feel like it's like, I feel like they got that like Like you know how you can brainwash kids if you get them early. You know, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what Pokemon was, bro. That's
Yeah,
literally what it
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
It
Blinking
just,
lights and stuff. Yeah, no, I
it
like.
just.
I even bought. I'm 30 now. I bought the old
Hmm.
joint. I bought the old joint, the new joint,
Hmm.
Scarlet. Scarlet, but
Oh,
I'm not
damn,
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
damn.
Those ones are really good. That one's
I
really
heard
good.
they're really good. I heard they
That
are
one is
really good. For
actually
what they
like
are, it's really, really,
on
really
guard,
good.
on guard. Like it blew my mind. It blew my mind because like I wasn't gonna buy it. Again, shout out to my shorty. She was like, "Nah, you gotta play these." I'm like, "I'm not gonna buy that shit." But I got it. Yo, bro, in your head, picture what you want a overworld Pokemon game to be. It's that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that.
Yeah.
They fucked up on two things. It's
Ooh,
buggy as shit. It's
damn.
buggy as shit. How did you make a buggy Pokemon game? This is all
I
you
don't
guys
know. You
do.
had one
This is all
job.
you do.
One
This is your
job.
job. This is it. This is all you do. Anyway, it kind of looks like shit, just graphically. You know.
Damn.
But
Really?
other than that, holy fuck, this is that game that you thought was in your head as a kid playing Emerald under the sheets.
Hmm.
Crazy.
See, I'm
Crazy.
obviously this is why we understand so technology improves as time goes on. But I do hate on these little kids these days
Yeah,
because of the
yeah,
cool shit they get.
yeah.
Because something like that would have got me into Pokemon back in the day by far.
Yeah, yeah, that would have. This imagine this is your first. Imagine this is your
Hmm.
Pokemon route, bro. I'm gonna put your little
Exactly.
kid in the head, bro. Imagine you're
Hmm.
like 15 and you get like a PSVR 2 for your birthday, right in your nose, right in your
Right in
nose,
the nose.
right in
Right
your
in the nose.
nose, right in your nose.
I'm making sure they don't get back up. I'm making sure you don't get back up. You're not getting back
Never
up.
again, never
You're
again. Do you
done.
know what I had to do? Do you know I was down at GameStop begging? I was down at GameStop begging.
Yeah, there was no such thing as downloading a game from home.
Bro, they made me
That did
play
not
Fallout
exist.
4. They made me play
Yeah!
Fallout 4.
Day one release Fallout 4. Jeez.
Oh, seriously. Midnight release Fallout 4. Midnight release.
Yeah, that one hurts. What's up with that game that they're making? Uh,
Oh, Starfield.
Starfield. So
Got
what's the
delayed
status
again.
on that?
Got delayed. Oh,
Yeah!
yeah, baby. Oh, you wanna know what happened with Starfield? Why don't you go check out my YouTube channel at the Pews for all your latest updates on how
We'll go
Xbox
on
is
detail.
constantly fucking up. You know what I
Jeez.
mean? So it got delayed. It's coming out. So if you believe lying ass Todd Howard and Phil Spencer, it is coming out on the 6th of September, which
Jeez.
interestingly puts it up head to head, likely with what we know of Spider-Man, which is coming out
Ooh.
sometime in the fall.
Wow.
So this could be battle. This could be Clash of the Titans right here. We haven't
Hmm.
had
They're
we
trying to
haven't.
do it.
When was the last time we had an Xbox v PlayStation at all in any matchup? You know what I mean?
It's been a long time. It's been maybe I'm thinking
Maybe a whole
360 or
generation.
something.
Yeah, it might have been a
Yeah.
whole generation. Can damn. I feel like we're about to see something galactic. You know what I mean?
I'm here for it. I'm here for
I
it.
want to see them fight.
Hmm. They got one chance, bro. That's why they keep delaying it, bro. They're definitely trying to make
Bro,
sure
nah,
it's
this is
tip top
Yep.
shape.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing, though. This is the thing, because you're gonna get me into my slanderous mode. This is the thing. I don't think Bethesda has the sauce anymore.
Oh
I
no,
don't
they
think
don't.
Bethesda has the sauce
Oh,
anymore, bro.
I
If they
don't
would
know.
have dropped Fallout 4, right? If you would have dropped Fallout 4 and it didn't do like okay, so do you remember how I said earlier, right, that Clementine and Ellie are linked up in my head, right, because of the proximity that I played them, right?
Oh, hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Yeah, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back, of course. And you know I'm going to give you the full story. I'm going to give you everything on my mind. Just a moment's time. I'll be back.
You. You.
Yo.
Hey, I'm about to slide for a few. I gotta drop my dad off real quick.
Alright.
I
Hey.
should be back in like half an hour.
Alright, Joe. Good talking to you. Good talking to you.
See
I'll
you.
catch you after that. Peace.
Peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, it looks like I'm had to make bad on that promise. Let me see. Maybe I can still pick it up. Maybe I can keep it going. This is just a rough draft anyway, right? All right. But I do forget where I was at. I made the correlation between Ellie and should I just spin that off into a Starfield joint? Maybe. Well, nah. I'll give this to y'all. I'll give this up. So the way I correlate Ellie and um and Clementine is the same way that I kind of see Dark Souls and Skyrim, right? They came out around the same time, and in that era, they had that conversation of like which one was the better RPG. They dropped the same year, and Skyrim had the popular vote, right? Obviously, but I love Dark Souls also, obviously, but it was like, you know what? I'm gonna spin this off into another video.